Hello, everyone. Oh, hopefully you can hear me okay. Hello, everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series, we're finishing up our unit on how to make a first impression. We're going to put together all the skills we've learned so far into one big class where we have a networking meeting. Try to use everything we've learned, vocabulary, the grammar we've been revising, you name it. Okay. Before we start, a little bit about me. My name's Jon-Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. Here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up, which means turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so that we can keep the classroom nice and quiet. Tune in to the new words you're learning when you are speaking. Use them as actively as you can so I can give you feedback. Last but not least, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. And that is a little bit about me. I want to know a little bit about you. So first, welcome back, Francesco. Nice to see you.
Hi, John. Nice to see you. How are you?
Hello. And let's say hello to Morris, who's joining us for the first time. Hello, Morris. How are you?
Hi. Fine, thanks.
Where are you from, Morris?
I'm from Italy.
From Italy. That's funny. So is Francesco.
Yeah.
Where are you from in Italy?
I'm in the central, little central town, Perugia. So near Assisi, near 120 kilometers
Perugia.
From Rome, yeah.
Ah, okay, very good. Well, nice to have you with us. And
Thanks.
Who else is there? I can't see the name. Long. Hello, Long. How are you? Hello, Long. Can you hear me okay? Hello? I can't hear you. Long, remember, you got to turn your microphone on, which is at the top of the screen. If you need help, just write a message in the chat window and I'll help you, okay? Welcome back to Ishmael as well. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up, let's see. I'm going to open up the unit that we're working on and share my screen with you. I also gave you the links in the course material. So if you hang on a second, I'll make sure you've got them on in your chat window as well, okay? So first, if you want to open the presentation, give me a second. Presentation. If you want to open the presentation, it's here. And I don't know if I'm going to be taking a lot of notes, but if I do take notes, this is the link. The second link is for the notes, okay? But I'm going to share the presentation with you so you can see it, so you don't have to open it if you don't want to. Let's see if I can get that open now. Ah, here we go. There we go. Okay, so, okay, and Long, if at any point you get your microphone working, just turn it on and say a quick hello to us, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, let's get started. We're talking about how to make a first impression. Overall, we've been talking about first impressions. We've introduced ourselves, well, we've read an introduction by email. We've read about people having a kind of meeting to work on a project. We listened to a follow-up phone call, and we listened and analyzed how to make arrangements. And then we did some of that ourselves in a speaking activity. We had to exchange contact details. And the last thing we did yesterday was revise some verb tenses, choosing between the present simple and present continuous. Today, we're going to use those skills to work on a case study. And the case study is always a practical speaking activity. Just a quick note, on the last page of this presentation, you have all of the key expressions we've worked on in one page. At any point, if you want to cheat and look at those expressions, you're not cheating. You're doing the right thing. I want you to use these expressions specifically. Get used to them use them, test them out in the class. Okay? So when we do the speaking activity, you can always go to page 9, slide number 9 for that. Okay? So we're going to get started, and we always begin by starting with a little bit of background. We use the background as a way to think about the issues we're going to be presented with. All right? So let's start maybe with Francesco. Do you think you could read the expert view for us?
Okay. The expert view. Networking is defined here as a two-way relationship building process. Promoting what we have to offer and seeking opportunities through what others have to offer us. In an increasingly fast-moving and competitive global environment, we all need to communicate clearly and create opportunities to develop a network of contacts.
Right. By the way, communicate.
Communicate. Okay.
Right. There's always the letter I. Even if you don't see it, there's always an I, the sound I before you. Mu. So it's always communicate. Or the country Cuba, not Cuba. Right? There's always, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Information is available from all corners of the world. But in business, nothing can replace the value of building personal relationship. This process often takes time, particularly in some cultures. But when it's done well, networking can deliver a real competitive advantage.
Okay. By the way, this is from Pauline Waite, chairman of the Cranfield Management Association at the Cranfield School of Management. So these are always real people giving their opinion. This is someone who handles MBA programs at the management school in the UK. It's always good to start by just making sure it's clear. We got to boil this down to one major point. What is the gist? This is for all of you in the class. What's the gist of her expert view? How does she define networking, and why is it useful? What do you think? This is for anyone, not just Francesco. Anyone. What do you think? What's the gist? Gist is main idea. What's the main idea we should take away from this?
The main idea is that the success key of networking is in a business networking is establish a customer relationship, establish a customer relationship, and building a network among the customers in order to be successful in doing business.
In order to be, okay.
In doing this, you have to communicate. You have to use a proper communication.
Okay, so there's 2 points. One is about networking, and the other one is about communication. How to network, right?
Is it? Yeah.
Kind of two different points. All right. Just curious about communication. In an increasingly fast-moving and competitive global environment, we all need to communicate clearly and create opportunities to develop a network of contacts. How does that relate to the unit we've been studying so far? You know, when we look at these pictures in the very beginning, we had to say how the picture related to the theme. The theme is making a first impression, right? So that line seems important to me. What do you think? We all, in this global environment, we all need to communicate clearly and create opportunities to develop a network of contacts. How does that relate to making a first impression? What
because
do you think?
The art of the state of the person who is able to communicate is able to make impression, to come across with the others.
I'm sorry. What's the first thing you said? The art?
The art of the state of art of a
State
person.
of the art. State of the art?
Yeah, is
Okay, okay.
the state of the art of a person who is able to communicate proper, properly,
Well,
properly well,
yeah.
come across among the others.
Hmm. But why do you say state of the art? We normally think of state of the art like this car is state of the art because it's got GPS and it's got a, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We usually think about that meaning up to date, state of the art, up to date. Why do you say state of the art here?
Well, I was thinking about the capacity or the ability to communicate well, very
Uh-huh.
well,
Okay.
to use appropriate words in the business context.
Okay. So what you mean is when you say state of the art, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the best way to say it here. I would maybe say a person who has skills or a person who has maybe even training in communication, or maybe even a person who has the experience to communicate well and has developed the skills is able to make the right first impression and increases their chances of building their network, which is the most important thing you can have in a globalized economy when you're in a business, particularly if you're a small business. That's what we've been talking about the designer before and all that. So maybe a person, rather than saying state of the art, a person who has the skills or the experience or the training to communicate well. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Of course, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, just because I think it might be misleading if we say state of the art here. Well, let's keep that in mind, particularly with small businesses, because we've been looking at small businesses. The designer we listen to is a small business practitioner, right? He's an independent contractor. So we're going to look at some other small businesses today in this. Um, oh, what is this? Why is this up here? Uh-oh. That's bad. Hold on a second. I have to open this on my screen because that should not be there. I don't know why that's there. 1 second. You can't see the text, but I'll get rid of it. Hold on a second. Tell you what, sometimes when, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when I create the PDFs, if I download it, some weird things happen. I don't know what's going on. But give me a second and I'm going to get rid of that for you. 1 second. One second here. I just have to. Every time I have to open anything on the computer, it takes a million years. But it will open. Because we need to see the very beginning of this text. What slide is that? That's on 5, right? Okay. 1 second. Okay, I got rid of it. So let me share my screen, and then you'll be able to see it too. In just a second. 1 second here. Sorry about this. Sorry, technical problem. All right, so now you should be able to see the text. Sorry, it's a little bit small, but maybe you can see. Can you read it, or is it too difficult? Whoops, what happened? Can you read it now?
Yes.
Can you see it? Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yuki. Okay, good. Yuki, why don't you read the background for us? Maybe you could do half the text and the next person can do the other half. Can you take the left side for us?
Okay.
This is our case study. This is our background to the activity we're going to do, okay?
Okay. BNI is a business referral network which works as a word of mouth promotion tool. When companies join BNI, their representatives attach attend the local regional group which holds regular breakfast meetings. At the meeting, members are required to give a 60-second speech, telling the other participants what type of business they are in, what type of business connection they are looking for, and any other information that is helpful for generating more business. The meeting agenda is standardized standardized throughout the world.
Right. Let me just interrupt you there. Let me get another reader as well. Maybe Ishmael, could you do the second part for us? So we give everyone a chance to read. Go ahead, Ishmael. No, Ishmael?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Go for it.
From telling to other, John?
From the very bottom of the left column, there is time.
There is time for members to present their company, hear about success stories within the BNI network, and pass on their contact details. Benefits of this type of cross-promotion are clear. Business people who attend the meeting can refer their business associates to someone they meet at the meeting. Two members may forge a business relationship, a supplier-client relationship, or a synergy. Example of networking success: a printer joined BNI and got to know a real estate company. This company was dissatisfied with its current printer and decided to switch to the printer it met through the BNI group. As a result, $100,000 worth of business was handed over to him.
Right. As a result, $100,000 worth of business. Here, you have to say 1 because the number is printed out. It's not an adjective where you would say 100. It's really a number, so you have to say $100,000 worth of business, like that.
$100,000
worth of business.
Worth of business.
In other words,
or dollars?
Dollars.
Worth of business.
Yeah. In America, they often don't say euros. Don't ask me why, but they do say dollars. In Europe, people tend to say euros and dollars and drachmas and everything else. But for some reason, I notice Americans don't say the S in euros or don't add it sometimes, but I'm not really sure why. Okay, so let me just first make clear that we understand what's going on here. So maybe I can see who's in the classroom here. It's Morris, right? Hello, Morris?
Hello? Yes?
Hey, so what's going on with this type of meeting? What's the purpose of this meeting from what we read so far? Is it clear to you?
It's not. I have not good connection, and I lose some words.
Mm-hmm. Can you see the text on your screen?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I see.
So what's your general idea about this type of meeting? Why do people go to this type of meeting? In your opinion, what you understood?
It's one shot. It's a one-shot meeting. When you have a 60-second speech, you have only one shot.
One shot to do what? To do what?
To do your presentation, to sell yourself.
Yeah, to sell yourself, exactly.
To sell yourself.
You get 60 seconds to sell yourself. Guess what we're going to do today in class? Take a wild guess what we're going to do. Anyone want to guess? Yuki, what are we going to do today? What do you think?
Sorry, I lost. Could you repeat again?
Morris said you have 60 seconds to sell yourself in this meeting.
Yes.
Guess what our activity is going to be for this class?
I think participants have an opportunity. No?
No, 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 no.
No?
What's our activity going to be? We're going to sell ourselves. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a networking meeting exactly like the one we read about. And at the very bottom, we saw an example. Connections are made that we might not expect, like the printer and the real estate agent.
Yes, yes. There is an example of a printer who joined BNI and have an opportunity to get acquainted with the real estate company. In result, this a printer get a big offer of business. A real estate company has complained about current printer. So as a result, big amount of business was handed over to a printer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's exactly right. But let's do this. I got 2 questions for you, and then we're going to try a meeting like this of our own. Okay, I've got 2 questions for you here. First, I just fixed the document, so let me see if I can share the PDF because it's a lot easier to see you if I do. There we go. First question. Let's go back to Francesco. Why might the company join a network like BNI? If you had a small business, why might you join this network, this networking meeting? What do you think the advantage would be for you? Do you think it's a good idea, or do you think it's not a good idea?
Yeah, maybe because it's it's a good idea.
Let me ask something else, Francesco. First, yeah. look. First, in the description, it says BNI, which works as a word-of-mouth promotion tool.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? Word-of-mouth promotion?
Have
you heard that before?
No.
Okay. Word-of-mouth means that you don't have to pay for advertising. You can do it by talking to people that you're connected with. Okay. So it's a form of advertising that costs little or no money. Instead, you get people excited and it goes viral, like we say now with the internet. Nowadays, we call this going viral. In the old days, when there was no internet or wasn't so common, it was kind of word of mouth, right?
Okay.
So what's one obvious advantage? Sorry, go ahead, Ishmael.
I couldn't understand actually the printer stuff.
The idea here is that the printer and the real estate agent may not naturally meet each other. It's not a normal situation. But here, unexpected connections can take place because everyone is pitching their business. And the unexpected thing that happened was a lot of money went to the printer that would never have gone to the printer normally, right? It was a big opportunity, and it didn't cost anything. There was no cost for advertising. You probably have to pay to go to the meeting, but it's a lot cheaper, and it's a lot more direct than paying for advertising on television or in a newspaper or a magazine or whatever, right? So unexpected connections can take place. I think that's the main point. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah?
For me,
yeah.
Yeah? Ishmael, clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that in mind, what are some main advantages kind of meeting? Remember, this material is a little bit old. Facebook was not a big thing back then. Now we have Facebook and Twitter. But what are some advantages of this based on what we've talked about so far? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good advantages because if I have a small company, the communication and the marketing is is an important department. And with BNI, I have advantages to do this with low cost, and I can connect. I can connect a lot of people with a low cost.
Exactly.
So for a small company, this is very important because to create a networking.
To create a network.
To create a network, mainly at the first step of the company, maybe it's a startup or something like that.
Right.
It's very complicated to connect with other people. So
Right.
with BNI, it's an advantage.
Absolutely. So let me summarize that for you, Francesco. Let me summarize. BNI provides a cheap and easy way of promoting a business. In other words, cheap and easy way of promoting a business to a large group. Cheap and easy. So it's not expensive, and it's easy because there's no middle person, there's no mediary. You don't have to wait. It's all immediate. So it seems like a good idea. In fact, it reminds me of another situation. It reminds me of how academics work. They go to conferences. Everyone has a short period of time to present a paper. Then they go and they talk about the papers, and they get together and forge relationships. That's how the sciences work and academics work. So it seems like a model that makes perfect sense. Even today, even with someone's... Watch out for the ambulance. Watch out.
Okay.
I hope you're okay, Morris. I hope you're not having a heart attack. Everyone, stay calm.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry for interruption, but I couldn't understand what BNI do actually.
They hold the meeting themselves. So everyone probably creates a membership. Then they hold meetings in different locations, and all the members come, and we call this a pitch. They pitch themselves. They sell themselves in a short sales pitch. A pitch is a short introduction to something that tries to convince you to buy it, a sales pitch. So they're a company that gives small businesses a chance to pitch their ideas directly to each other and make a connection. Is that clear?
They do nothing special. They
don't do anything
members get together in the morning and have a breakfast together. And I think the activity of this company, BNY, is a little suspicious. In the time of, as you mentioned, in the time of Twitter and Facebook, this company provides the opportunity each member to have a communication with each other. But just they provide the place where member could eat together. This kind of business is a little suspicious for me.
We know that it's cheap, so maybe they're not taking a very big percentage. But as I said, this is kind of like how academics work too. So it's suspicious. Well, academics are suspicious too, but it's not that suspicious. Maybe the direct communication that you can go right up to someone and talk to them immediately after their pitch or whatever. Maybe that is something that is not quite the same as Facebook and other things. Because we've got more and more media, but that doesn't mean that we're connecting better and better. If anything, it means that there's more noise. You know what I'm saying? So this is a human connection. Maybe it's not a bad idea. Maybe it's not a bad idea at all. I'm not sure.
It sounds beautiful, but in reality, it sounds like network business, and I
What is
feel.
the disadvantage of this, Yuki?
Sorry. Advantage of this meeting.
You are talking about the cons of this company. What is the disadvantage? I don't actually understand.
Advantage of this meeting.
No, he said, what's the disadvantage? He said, what would be the...
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Disadvantage that I think disadvantage that I think member participants have to pay for this meeting to this company BNI.
Right.
I don't know how much does it need, but I think BNI need quite amount of money from members.
Right. So they have to pay a lot, and all they're getting is breakfast.
Yes, they have to pay money just for meeting together and having a breakfast.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a quick question. Let me ask you a quick question. What's the difference between this and the Chamber of Commerce in any country or any region? Isn't this what the Chamber of Commerce does? You know what I mean? Chamber of Commerce. In other words, you've got a government organized group of companies organized by the government, by the Commerce Department, to get together and make connections and work with each other to promote business. I'm saying the model doesn't seem so strange. It seems like the only difference is that this is a for-profit version of what a Chamber of Commerce.
In public section, they often organize the meeting. Public office provide the opportunity to smaller companies to meet each other. So there are many such attempts.
So you think it's not necessary, this kind of thing? Yeah. So let's take a quick look at our task. So I want to give you as much time as I can to do it. So we're going to turn to 4 profiles of 4 small businesses. First, as you can see, you're going to read the information in your profile, which I'm going to give you, and you're going to come up with a 60-second speech to give at the meeting where you try to drum up new business by selling yourself. This is a very good speaking task. You've got to use your presentation skills. You've got to structure what you say, and I'll be here to help you, okay? So you're going to give some information about your company, speak briefly about the current activities, and last, say what you hope to gain from being a member of the networking organization, what you're looking for, what you want to get out of it, why are you there. Second, we are going to have a meeting, listen to each other's speeches, and decide which company it would be useful to forge a relationship with. So we're going to try to hook up with each other based on our speeches, and the last thing we're going to do afterwards at the bottom is have a follow-up business call where we can call each other. Okay? So the information you need is on the next page. I'm going to give 1 card to each of you, and one of you is going to have to present your own company. Okay? You can present a real company or an imaginary company. So first of all, does anyone want to volunteer to be the 5th company and present your own details? Because that's a little bit more challenging. No one wants to do it? Okay, I assign it to Giuseppe. Is that okay, Giuseppe?
Sure.
No one volunteered. When no one volunteers, Giuseppe volunteers. Right?
Right.
You've been elected to volunteer. You've been elected by me in a unanimous vote.
I'm proud of that.
Good. But you've done this before. You've presented your introduction in previous classes, so I thought maybe it would be a good review. Okay, so Francesco, you are Silent Systems. Ishmael, you are SiteMagic.com. Morris, you are Language Today in the bottom left. And Yuki, you are Reisinger and Taylor at the bottom right.
Okay.
Okay? So I want everyone to read your information card, except Giuseppe, who's going to review his notes. Read your information card, and I'd like you to present a 60-second sales pitch. I can give you an example if you like. I can give you a quick example. But take 2 minutes, read it over, and tell me if you have any questions, okay? So take 2 minutes starting now. Read it over, and we'll talk in just a minute, okay? Okay, hopefully you understand your information about your company. If there's any questions, just ask. All right, let me do a quick example. Let's imagine that we are at the BNI meeting, and I'm going to present my own company. My company is called Verbling. Verbling is a language school, a virtual language school online. So if I'm going to present it, I'd probably have a 60-second speech, something like this. Give me a second. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. It's nice to see so many bright and energetic people here today. Glad to meet you all. My name is Jon-Eric, and I represent the company Verbling. Verbling has a goal to make language affordable for people across the country and across the world. And what we can do for you, in addition to having your clients meet up in one of our chat rooms, we can give personalized training directly through teachers or in a group setting. And because it's global and on the internet, all you need is a Gmail account and you can take part. So what I hope to gain from this meeting today is to find people who couldn't find affordable language lessons or training in any other venue, and they will find Verbling not only the cheapest, but the highest quality for their money. Thanks a lot. There's my speech. Did I convince anyone? Did I convince anyone? Are you all convinced?
Already convinced.
Excellent, excellent.
You convinced me.
So, I tried to go through the 3 parts that we mentioned before. General facts about the company. I mentioned that it's global. I mentioned that you use standard tools. You just need Google. I didn't talk about the current activities, okay? But then again, I didn't have a chance to prepare, but fine. I could have spoken more about that. But I did say what I hope to gain, right? I mentioned that what I want to do is to get people who can't find alternatives, or are looking for an alternative maybe, something where they're looking for high quality at low cost, because other language schools are extremely expensive if you've looked out there. So there really is an advantage to a language platform. Actually, there really is. Globalizing does lower the costs a lot. Okay, so that's what I hope to gain. Basically, I hope to gain clients or people who couldn't find an alternative, who are looking for a niche, let's say. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is go to your fact file. I'm going to give you 1 minute each. That means we're going to have 5 people in 5 minutes. We're going to start with Francesco. Can we start with you? Do you feel courageous, Francesco?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I try.
Give me a second. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, Francesco.
Hello, everyone, and I'm pleasure to be a part of, for this meeting. I represent the Silent System. We are a company that builds cabinets for server, audio, and technical equipment. These cabinets can reduce the noise and keep equipment cool. So if we have, for example, in this room a lot of computer or technical equipment, we can hear any noise with our cabinets. They can usually this system can be positioned in the office, and we can provide any demonstration and customize the units for your company. And with
5 seconds. 5 seconds left.
Okay, and how currently we're breaking into the US market with your contribution, we can increase our market in, for example, international country.
Okay.
Thank you thank you, everyone.
Very good, very good, very good. Any feedback for Francesco? I've got 2 things I want to say just about English. Equipment.
Okay.
Right? Just like we said earlier with not Cuba, but Cuba. So it's equipment.
Okay.
Equipment. And also, one other point about language. We would be able to improve our market share. Would be able, because you said something else. I think you said we can. But if you're talking about the future, use the conditional. We would be able to do this with your help. We would be able to. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's ask the class. What do you think about his pitch? He only had a little bit of time to prepare. What do you think? Did he convince you to work with him?
I think his pitch is excellent. It is convincing, and I think I have a good impression from his speech.
What would you ask him if you had to make a follow-up question, Yuki? If you had to ask him about it,
I'd like to ask him about the sales result that this company has been achieved for recent years.
Okay. So that would be something. So that's something to keep in mind. If you hear the questions, it can help you anticipate what to say. Listen, Francesco, my only point about the content of what you said is that you ended by talking about how we can help you, not how you can help us. It's not that you didn't say it, but you didn't say it really explicitly. What can you do for us? So in other words, if we join you, we can help you grow your business in the U.S. market, and it's great to hear that you're expanding. But what can you do for us? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I understand.
So I think that's the only thing I would change is just flip it out. Flip it out. Instead of talking about yourself, talk about what you can provide for us. Even if really you're talking about yourself, don't phrase it in that way. Okay? But it sounded good. It sounded good for 1 minute.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Well, Yuki, why don't you go next? Okay? I'm going to remember, we're going to keep this to 1 minute or just a little bit over. Okay? So here's the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, Yuki.
Good morning, and thank you for coming. I'm here today to introduce our company. My name is Yuki, sales manager of company Registered Tailor, independent corporate caterer. We provide catering. Our customers ranged from offices to schools, and we offer several values, and good opportunity to enjoy our meet between busy business times. And our problem is now. Our problem is our company is too small. We would like to expand our business more in small regions. So
5 seconds left.
so I would like to know your opinion about our company's expansion. So that's all the thing I wanted to say. Thank you for listening.
Okay, very good, very good, very good.
Not so.
I'd like to hear one follow-up question before we talk about Yuki's presentation. Morris, what would you ask him if you were in the BNI meeting? If you had to ask him one follow-up question, what comes to mind? What do you think, Morris? In other words, what issue did he raise for you?
I don't understand.
Did you understand more or less his sales pitch?
Not good.
Not so good. Okay.
Not so good. No, sorry.
Okay. So what would you ask Yuki if you were listening to him? What would you ask him to clarify? Do you understand his core business, Morris?
Yes, he's a caterer.
Yeah,
Provide catering for offices, school.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I haven't understand some words.
No problem, no problem. So, what would you ask Yuki to clarify if you wanted to hear more details? What detail would you ask him about? If you were a small business and you're looking for connections, what might you ask him? You have to use your imagination a little bit.
It's not easy. I don't know. I want to lose. To make lose your time. Go away.
Oh, we're not losing time. Don't worry. Let me ask the rest of the class. If you had to ask one follow-up question to Yuki, what would it be? Giuseppe, Ishmael, what would you ask him? If you're asking him about a detail, what might you ask? Yuki, no one has questions for you.
Oh.
Yuki,
Yes.
do you think that you want to give something like representativities around the globe?
Representatives around what?
Around the world or globe?
Oh, around the globe. Okay. Okay. So you're asking him if he wants to expand globally. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you looking to expand globally? But you don't have to answer that question, Yuki, because you're only here to give a pitch. But I want to hear what people are thinking of when they hear your sales pitch. So one idea is, what is your future like? How do you see your future? Are you going to expand globally? Something like that. Okay? It's a very good question. So that's something to keep in mind as you put together your pitch, giving a suggestion about the next step. What are you ultimately aiming for? Yuki, the only suggestion I would make, the structure sounded very good, very clear. I wasn't sure if people understood that you were a caterer, only because you have to assume that you're talking to a 5-year-old child, and if you say something important, you have to give a definition, even if you know that they know what it means. Not because they're children, but because people are distracted. So one suggestion would be, well, we're a global catering company, which means, I mean, everyone knows what it means, but I would just be explicit so that you grab their attention. And the second point is, yeah,
I'd better to explain more concretely.
Just one
simple word. Yeah?
One sentence, yeah. Just so that they're really paying attention. Because if you watch a news broadcast or an interview, even if everybody knows who President Barack Obama is, they're still going to say Barack Obama, President of the United States. They're always going to say it because it's like a footnote. So I would just do that. The second point is, don't say the word problem. Don't use negative words in a sales pitch. It's for this is an exercise, so that's okay. But in reality, you'd have more time to prepare, and you have to turn problem into challenge. Our next challenge is to expand into new regions, something like that. Okay, Ishmael, you are up. Are you ready for the challenge, Ishmael?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, Ishmael.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ismail from sitemagic.com. I'm a web designer. I want to give you some information about my company and what we do. We are designing website for small to medium-sized businesses in all languages. We provide website domain registration and email at very reasonable prices. We can start your website after one call, and we are focusing on, in the future, expanding to 15 staff and moving to new premises.
5 seconds.
Thank you for listening to me.
That was short, okay. All right. So, the first, I would have a follow-up question, which is, what can you do for me? That's the first question I would say. What was really good here was that you speak slowly and deliberately and clearly. I understood everything perfectly. I didn't feel like you were rushing. And you said just enough information, not more than I could handle. But I don't know, I don't hear the sales part of the sales pitch. What do you think you can do for me as a small business? If you're a web designer, you are the one who sells me to the public, right? You're the one who presents my face to the public.
Yes.
Right? So hang on. Oh, sorry. One second.
Jon-Eric, I said that we design websites.
Yeah. I know that you said it, but you didn't sell it to me. It's the only thing I would say. Here's a suggestion. Instead of just giving information, at some point you can say, so what this means for you is, and try to give an example of something that would attract a client, right? We design websites at various, various low prices. You can start your website. What that means for, what that means for you is, with one phone call, you can have your company represented globally on the internet. Within the same day, whatever it means. Like the key selling point is how fast it is. So that's the only thing I would change. Maybe put a little bit more emphasis on the selling, a little bit less on the facts, because no one's going to remember the facts anyway. They're going to remember something emotional if it's short, right? If it's short. Okay. So very good. Let's see. I want to give Morris a chance. Morris, do you feel comfortable to do a short presentation? Are you ready?
I try.
Yeah, okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, go, Morris.
Hello, I'm Morris. I'm a representative sales of languages today. It's a small company that can solve your problems about translation, interpreting, and proofreading services. More than 150 languages can be translated and interpreted by our agency and by linguists that we have in all around the world. We can solve your problems with specialist or technical subjects. and we can setting up a database of clients for your need, and
5 seconds.
We can produce a specialist glossaries for key clients. Nice to meet you, and hope doing business with you.
Okay, very good. Just 2 points about language. No, it was very good. It was very clear. It was very clear. Just 2 points about language. Linguists.
Okay.
Right. And we can interpret, because I think you said interpretate. There's no such word as interpretate. So just interpret. We can interpret.
We can interpret.
Interpret, right. Okay. And my main question for you would be could you give an example? You don't have to, I'm not saying to do it now, but I'm saying if you do the sales pitch, could you give an example that makes all of those details come alive and make it stand out? For like you think of a business that would benefit from having a personal glossary or having website localization and use it, because the details are good, but people forget information immediately. So if you can make it real for them, right? So it's basically similar to what I was saying to Ishmael. But it was calm, very well paced. Again, I didn't feel like you were rushing, and that really makes that impact is good. That it seems very relaxed, very good, and I understood you as well. Pronunciation was good. So I would just add a little bit more of a sales pitch at the end. That's the only thing I think I'd change. All of us can end with different things, different key expressions, like, so that's a little bit about the services we provide. It will be nice. I look forward to talking with you soon. Like the normal things. You might want to end with the sales pitch before you say that, so it's the last thing that sticks out in their minds. We have time for one more, and we're going to go to Giuseppe. Are you ready, Giuseppe?
Ready.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, Giuseppe.
Hello everyone, I'm Ron, and I work for Bioenergy GmbH as a service and a sales manager. Today I'm here to talk about our products. In Bioenergy, we produce and develop and build different systems, different gas analyzer systems for biomass power plants, and accordingly with the needs of the customers. We are customer oriented to solve any problems and the needs for our customers, and we are currently working on different gas analyzer systems, and especially we are looking forward to breaking into the USA market. That's why we obtained the certification. We obtained a certification to sell our system outside Europe, and hopefully we can make a deal with our solutions, biogas solutions.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have our follow-up phone calls probably in the next class, because we're a little bit over time. But let me ask you one thing. If you were actually at this meeting, which company would you choose to work with? Who do you think could give you an advantage? Just out of curiosity.
Well,
from what you heard so far, is there anyone that you would talk to further? Just out of curiosity. This is not just for Giuseppe, it's for all of you. I'm just curious. Do you think your company you presented could benefit from any of the other companies that you've heard today? Any ideas?
Probably the first one.
How so? In what way? In what way, Giuseppe?
Because they provide us a full service. They provide us a full service with a reduced cost and time.
All right. Okay. So remember that it doesn't have to be a company that has the same business as you. Just one that that will help you in some way. I think we all need caterers. Maybe not a web designer, but we all need caterers. That could help, right?
Yeah.
Let's do this. We're going to have to stop, but here's what my suggestion would be. If you want to take your pitch and you want to try it again as a text, you can send it to me through the Verbling message system, and I will try my best to have it corrected right away. It sometimes takes me a while to correct things, but because there's a weekend coming up, I can class. So that way you can get it back. And what we're going to do is take our pitches and have a follow-up phone call where you try to talk about what you're interested in, hello, I met you at I listened to your speech at the BMI networking meeting. You're going to try to say what you're interested in and try to form a relationship or partner in some way with someone else in the class. So we're going to have that follow-up meeting just like in the business communication skills part of the class where you listen to a follow-up phone call. We're going to be doing a follow-up phone call in class based on your pitches, okay? If you want to have a second chance, write it, send it to me as a message. I will correct it and send it back to you before Monday so you can see a corrected version. And of course, any questions or comments you can send to me directly as well. All right? So, next class will be Monday at 11 GMT. I hope to see you all there for the last class for this unit and the beginning of the next unit, the last class in how to make a good first impression. Okay? Bye for now, everyone. Have a
Thank
good
you.
weekend.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.